Hello, welcome to The Update. I'm Abby Smith. Defence has emerged as the biggest government user of PwC as the fallout from tax leaks scandal continues. Various department heads have been grilled about their exposure to PwC following revelations the accounting giant used confidential government information to help clients minimise their tax in Australia. Treasury boss Stephen Kennedy says the situation is disturbing but argues there's still a role for consultants in the public service. Another earth tremor has been recorded in Melbourne, this time centred around Croydon in the city's east. The 2.3 magnitude tremor was recorded just after 5 yesterday. It's understood it's not related to Sunday's magnitude 4, which has been upgraded by Geoscience Australia. A historic free trade deal with the UK is now in effect, removing tariffs on nearly all Australian exports to the country. 18 months after it was signed, the agreement is expected to lower the price of goods and services in both countries. These include cars and alcohol made in the UK. Western Australia's Deputy Premier Roger Cook is the only candidate to take over the state's leadership following Mark McGowan's resignation. Health Minister Amber Jade Sanderson has withdrawn from the race despite having the backing of Mr Cook's own Labor sub-faction. Anti-smoking campaigners are pushing for a greater crackdown on cigarettes on World No Tobacco Day. Smoking costs the economy billions of dollars a year in lost productivity, worker absences and extra pressure on the health system. And the gloves are out, the Queensland Premier taking a swipe at her South Australian counterpart as the countdown to the State of Origin begins. Anastasia Palisade says she's not sure why other states need to get involved in the Queensland and New South Wales tradition.
I actually do not believe in this game being played in Adelaide. Can I just make it clear? It should be between Queensland and New South Wales.
Entertainment and sport next. To State of Origin, and Reece Walsh will make one of the most anticipated debuts in Origin's 43-year history when the Broncos' young gun runs out in the Queensland #1 jumper for tonight's series opener against the Blues at Adelaide Oval. Queensland coach Billy Slater is showing enormous faith in the 20-year-old, dropping last year's Game 3 hero Kalen Ponga to launch the Origin career of Walsh. Meantime, Blues coach Brad Fittler has outlined how he plans to inject Dally M winner Nico Haynes into tonight's State of Origin opener. There's been concerns the Shark star could be wasted on the bench in Adelaide, but Fittler says Haynes can expect plenty of game time in his Origin debut.
He'll get a crack at hooker at some stage of the game, and he's played for Melbourne in the middle, he's played halves in the centres, so fullback as well, so he actually covers a lot of positions.
Adelaide and Carlton have been successful at the AFL Tribunal, the Crows successfully arguing Rory Laird's one-game ban for a dangerous tackle wasn't just, with the charge thrown out. Adam Serra is free to play for the Blues on Friday after his dangerous tackle was also dismissed. Not so lucky for Swan Luke Parker, though. He'll miss the Swans' next game with his one-game ban upheld. And there's been a huge upset at the French Open. Daniil Medvedev has been bundled out of the tournament in 5 sets. In entertainment news, Sir Elton John has revealed he'd never been asked to perform at Glastonbury until this year. The 76-year-old will headline the festival this June and play the famous Pyramid stage as part of his farewell tour. Sir Elton says it's the right time to do the festival. Kevin Federline is giving ex-Britney Spears lawyers until the end of the week to sign off on his plans to move their kids to Hawaii with his new wife. Britney Spears' ex says he wants the move approved in writing, but after numerous times asking, there's been no response. And Mel B has revealed she was bummed that the Spice Girls didn't perform at the King's coronation concert. While they didn't get up on stage, she has hinted that something is in the works.
I mean, we're constantly in talks. You know, there is something that we're going to be doing, all 5 of us, but nothing's going to be announced just yet. But it will be pretty soon.
And that's the latest from the Nova podcast team. We'll see you this afternoon for another episode of The Update.